Hello, everybody. You probably heard me say some of my other videos that external combustion is vastly superior to internal combustion. And instead of just making that assertion, I thought maybe I'd go into my reasoning for that. And a couple days ago, I came up with the idea of taking the APU from a couple videos back and modifying it. Because the logic being that, hey, I got an idea. And whenever these engines waste most of their thermal energy, why not just do something that capitalizes on that waste instead of adding more cylinders? So flip around to the back. I got to thinking, hey, okay, here's the exhaust valve. It's a Saunders type rotary valve. What if we dumped it into this chamber where it could heat some water and create some type of rotational motion that actually helps the core engine operate? There's some other modifications that could be made to the engine. You could have heat insulative materials instead of conductive materials around the cylinder head, so you can direct more heat into the heat exchanger. And it was just then that it hit me. Let me think about this for a minute. If process number one produces enough waste to fuel process number two, maybe you just abandon process number one. There's a whole bunch of reasons to choose external combustion over internal combustion, not the least of which being you're going to burn the fuel more completely. There's no goofy, gimmicky devices like catalytic converters, which are just a giant waste of money because the fuel is burned 100% right at the beginning of the process. Another thing to consider is you can find YouTube videos all day long where somebody made a Stirling engine out of junk they had laying around. They had pop cans or soup cans or something that they just kind of twisted some coat hangers up and made the crankshafts and threw together a Stirling engine. If you can throw an engine together out of junk they have laying around, the chances are good the design is simpler than another engine. A Stirling engine, another example of external combustion, doesn't have anywhere near the auxiliary systems that you need to support a conventional Otto cycle piston engine. I mean, take a little tour through YouTube. Look at all the examples of both engines that people make. You have hobbyists that make internal and external combustion engines, and the external combustions are always easier, and they always seem to work right away. Scalability is a big indicator of how viable an engine design is. I've seen videos on YouTube where someone makes a 0.2 cc Stirling engine and a 0.2 cc Otto cycle engine, and the Stirling engine fires right up, and the Otto cycle engine has to be played with for a week to get it to work. You might be sitting there saying to yourself, well, gosh, I'd never drive a car with a steam turbine. Well, if you got an EV, you already are driving one. Unless you're one of the very few people in the world that has getting your power from a windmill or solar panel, and those are good ideas, but they're the exception and not the rule at the moment. You shouldn't have any bias to do it because you're already doing it. Anyway, going to end the video on that note. If you have any thoughts, I'd very much appreciate knowing them. Leave them in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.